Get that army blocker off, get that video capture device off. What do you mean find grid, Zerglin? Do you mean like the bracket? Because you can do the same command for bracket, and that will show you where we're at. CheeseX, thank you for the follow, my friend. I appreciate it greatly. Well, they started without me. Oh, well. Okay, so also, Love Kizerglin, thank you very much for the follow. But yeah, for the Dark Elves, looks like 4 Reaper Bolt Throwers. Got Black Orc Corsairs, 4 of them, as well as Bleak Swords, which appears to be 3. We've got Harpies, the ROR Harpies, the Crown of Cain, the Crows of Cain, sorry. We've got a 2nd and 3rd unit of Harpies as well. Other than that, we have a Master as well as a High Beast Master, both of whom are on chariots. One being a Cold One chariot, one being a Scourge Runner chariot. Got the Tormentor sword on top of that guy as well. And then we have a Sorceress of Beast with Manticore Summon, Flock of Doom, and Wildheart. Meanwhile, for the Dwarfs, we're going to be looking at Frontline of Miners with Blasting Charges. Looks like 4 of them, including the Ekron's Miners. We're going to have Norgrimling's Ironbreakers on the far right flank, 2 units of Thunderers, and then we're going to have a healthy number here of Rangers. So 1, 2, 3 Rangers. Trollhammer Torpedoes in the center. Got Ironbreakers on the left flank as well. The Dragonback Slayers in the rear. And now we have a Flame Cannon. Flame Cannon is not something you see too often. Boy, oh boy, do I love the unit, but we'll see if it can get in range to do anything, because these Reaper Bolt Throwers should be able to snipe it down really hard. Does look like the Dark Elf front line is starting to push forward, and we'll see what happens from here. A nice charge going in from the High Beast Master and his Master counterpart. And ooh, big shots going in on the Ekron Miners. Black Orc Corsairs diving in quickly onto those Miners with Blasting Charges before they can get too many shots off. And now we have Harpies diving in on top of the Rangers here. And yeah, very interesting compositions from both players, but oh no. There goes the Flame Cannon, and the Flame Cannon, once it's in range, oh, it can do just heinous amounts of damage. Not to mention the Blasting Charges that are coming in, just demolishing so much of the Dark Elf infantry. Manticore Summon has been popped. Black Orc Corsairs are pulling in here, trying to take care of the Rangers, but man, that Flame Cannon is going to start getting so much value. Oh boy. Yeah, those Black Orc Corsairs are running for their lives, running for the hills. Harpies are in the back line, but I mean, honestly, I guess we'll see what they can do, because I mean, what we have here, one of the Reaper Bolt Throwers has been routed. The other 3 are still online firing away, but I don't know. It's looking pretty good for the Dwarfs as far as I'm concerned. Their Ironbreakers are untouched. Flock of Doom is going down over here, but I mean, all 3 of the Flame Cannons are still online. I mean, this is a very nice pickup for the Dark Elves, however, taking care of these Thunderers. But I just think the Dark Elves really need to start focusing on getting rid of all these range units, and it looks like they're doing just that. You know, Thunder going down here, these Thunderers taking a lot of damage, but the High Beastmaster just got demolished. And yeah, that may cost the Dark Elves the game completely right there, as there's just so much missile fire coming in here, doing so much damage to that High Beastmaster, and one more volley from these Thunderers should be enough to kill him. And I doubt he'll be getting out of this place alive. Maybe? Nah, he's going down. He just shattered and may narrowly escape with his life, but only 128 HP left. And at this point, you know, you're just looking over here. It looks like the Dowie are just, you know, compromising the back line, getting on top of these Reaper Bolt Throwers. And once these Reaper Bolt Throwers are shut down, they just won't have any killing power left in their army. So the Dark Elves I think are just getting taken out here. You have the Master over here who's now caught by Slayers, and the Dowie are going to be taking this victory home. Both players bringing very unorthodox builds, though. Ooh, now there's Sorceress of Beast is getting shot down. Yeah, you know, there go the rest of the Bleak Swords. Ironbreakers are over here, still very healthy. Charging forward, shutting down the rest of the Dark Elf artillery. Blasting charges just continuing to pulverize the Dark Elf infantry, and I think we only have one Reaper Bolt Thrower still online. And it's just not going to be enough to change the tide of this battle, in my opinion. Looks like we'll see a concession of defeat. And the first battle here going to be going to Undertaker with the Dwarfs. Yeah, unnecessary, and I mean, I do think the Dark Elves have a strong matchup against the Dowie. I've seen the Dwarfs win it with some very atypical builds, but I do have to agree with you there, Chosen One. I think this is such an off-meta build that it didn't really work out in the end. I think if he would have been much more conservative with his chariots, he could have been okay there. I think if he would have just focused on keep pulling back the artillery pieces, the Reaper Bolt Throwers, and then just use your Bleak Swords and Blackheart Corsairs and Harpies to continue killing all of the miners and people who are approaching rather than focusing on getting in the back lines, I think it would have worked out a lot better. I also think the single shot would have been better there as well. The thing I would have done is focused on first the cannon, and then second single shotting like the elite units, starting with maybe the Ironbreakers and working down from there, and then using the Chariots and Harpies once you dealt with the front line to tie up the missile infantry from the Dowie. A lot easier said than done, but yeah, I think this is a bit of an off-meta build, and you know, it's fun to watch, but I don't think it may have been the most competitive way to go about it. Yeah, single shot would wreck Ironbreakers, would wreck Trollhammer torpedoes. Yeah. I think the reason I like single shot against Dowie more than the scatter shot is scatter shot will do damage and it's more likely to hit, but single shot kills models. And when it comes to killing models, that's like the best thing I think you could do against the Dowie. Kill as many models as you can in single shot. It's just far better at killing models than scatter shot. I mean, Blackheart Corsairs can be good against Slayers for sure. I mean, they have good armor, and so they can take out Slayers. But yeah, in general, I would say not probably worth the expense. Yeah, Shades would have worked a lot better than Harpies. Yeah, scattershot the Slayers, single shot the Ironbreakers, exactly, Aaron Foxy. Oh, they're biggie schmalls, Trollhammer torpedoes and Thunderers, you know, to me, very different. Thunderers are good mid-range infantry, and the nice thing about them is their fire's very direct. You can't really dodge it, and it's fast. But Trollhammers can dish out so much damage if you can slow a unit down, but they're far more easily dodged, and they have significantly shorter range than a Thunderer. So, to me, you can't really compare them in because they fulfill different roles. Thunderers are better all around, like, you know, killing infantry, killing large units, stuff like that. But Trollhammers can just do ungodly amounts of damage against enemy large units if they get slowed down or trapped.